welcome.
Hello. How are you guys all doing tonight? I either, but it took me a minute to figure out how to sign on. And I'm wearing my fancy bathrobe to the party because it's freaking cold in my house. So let me see what everybody's saying. Hi, Teresa. Hi. I love you too. Hello, Kim. Will you be just reading loved ones from the other side today or life issues? I'm going to do both, just like I did last time. Or I'm just going to do whatever happens. That's what we'll do. So it isn't just loved ones. I seem to have gotten this cold last week, or I don't know what it is. But if you hear me coughing, it's not because of dead people. It's because of me. Hi. Hello to everybody signing on. I'm going to do both kinds of readings tonight. And then, thank you, Peggy. Peggy's giving me compliments. I'm going to do both kinds of readings tonight. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. I'm just going to go with whatever I feel like doing because I can do that. That's why I do them. I was thinking about why do I do these kinds of readings and not because I don't do them as much at fairs and stuff anymore. But it's because this is a whole other kind of challenge. Oh, and you guys, Allie is not going to be on here. So we're going to be self-moderating tonight. She has a migraine. So if you guys can send her all the love, that would be awesome. I need your guidance in my life. Thank you. I'm not sure about that, but thank you. How about your soul's guidance? Love it. Readings. Hoping to hear from my husband. Okay. Yeah, you love my glasses. Well, thanks. Let's see. I'm so glad to see you. Good to see you too. All right. So just know, hello to all of you guys. Just know Allie's not on here to moderate. So we're going to be self-moderating today. That's how this is going to go. And I just wanted to also say, all right, Rosemary, I think, have I read you before? I may have read you before. I don't remember the specifics, but your name looks familiar. So, hi, LJ. Forgive me for this freaking cough. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Feeling your dad. So we'll just wait just a little bit more, just to have a few more people signed on. But I'm glad you guys are watching these silly videos that I do. I'm trying to think. Oh, and could I have a reading? I'm new. I'm not sure, Noir 64. I just kind of go with whatever happens. So, and I'm just going to wait just till a few more people sign on, and then we'll just get started. But you guys know I do those 10 people readings, and I haven't done any in a while. I kind of sold them out, and then did the thing with Anthony, and then I haven't done any since then. But now that my, well, thank you for subscribing. If any of you guys want to subscribe. Apparently that's a cool thing to have, is subscribers on your page. But I wanted to tell you that I'm going to start doing more of those next year. And I kind of have some trips planned as well to get back out to Grand Junction. That was really fun. And back to Casper. And I want to try Alamosa and Durango and Trinidad. So hopefully I'll get a chance to go there this year. And maybe somewhere in Fort Collins or I don't know, at Greeley, and then also somewhere on that side of I-25. But I'll be working on that for next year. Thank you for loving my readings. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Crystal. I love you. Oh, thank you. I have been getting cold since I've been losing weight. So it is very chilly lately. And yesterday was my first actual official go to the gym and work out thing. So, and I reached the weight that I lied about being on my driver's license last week. So that was kind of special. But I still got a ways to go. So, but I'm feeling pretty good. And yesterday I was 3 weeks from surgery, 3 weeks out from my surgery. So, oh, thank you. Thank you for all the compliments. Why do readers and psychics have a hard time reading me? You know what? One thing I've noticed about that kind of stuff is that it isn't so much that people have a hard time reading your energy. It just depends on who you go to and if you kind of click there or not. I've done readings with people that it's almost like it's almost like the spirit world, not just loved ones, but like the universe just kind of conspires with the medium or the psychic to kind of talk in a way that makes sense to you. Sometimes the way I normally talk doesn't make sense to people, but for some reason I'm kind of like a chameleon when I have different people in front of me. And so sometimes you just got to be a chameleon, and sometimes your energy just might be not in sync with whoever the reader is. So I wouldn't take that very personally. Whoever typed that, I forget how it was. How do I do a reading on it through the web or phone call? Just like this. Energy is energy. Your loved ones are energy. Your energy is present. And so all it takes is energy of a recipient and someone delivering the information. That's all it takes. No plane tickets. You don't have to be in front of me. I do like in-person readings. I have to say that those are probably my favorite in my office, but I don't mind a good Skype or a Zoom or even just a phone reading. Like those are just as awesome. So, it's just where the energy goes. And the medium or psychic on the other end of the phone is kind of like the lighthouse. And so the energy is seeing the lighthouse and going to the lighthouse. All right. So I know we're at like the magic 50 number. So I figure we'll just let's see here. My readings with you helped my heart so much. Need to schedule again. Oh, that's nice to hear. Thank you. Hi, Jen. I see you. So thank you for all the compliments, you guys. I am just going to start doing readings right now because I'm already feeling stuff in the air. I was doing readings today already at my office. So this is just a continuation of that. And so what I'm going to do are these two. I'm going to do something different. So every time I want to try to do different stuff, but I'm still going to bring loved ones through and psychic stuff, just different ways of doing it. And so today I'm going to use some angel cards. I really want to hear from my husband. I've heard from my daughter and my mom, but not him. So just random spirits reach out to you and then you just talk to us. I just reached out about whatever information's coming out. So this is what I'm going to do today. The first one, just to kind of like broaden it and then get it closer and then closer. And in the middle there at the core are loved ones. So I'm going to go in that direction. And I'm sorry, I'm not particularly reading your comments right now. So I just want to let you know that because Allie's not on here to moderate. So just slow down the comments until you see me reading them, because sometimes it takes me a minute to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But I will ask for your feedback and stuff. So today, I wanted to try to start off in a general or group kind of world reading or whatever you want to call it. And I thought I would use a deck of cards. And so I'm using the John Holland Psychic Tarot. Hold on, I'll show you a picture. I'm using this deck. Can you see it? It's slowly going to fade in here. The John Holland Tarot of the Heart deck. So what I'm going to do is, because, hey, surprise, I read tarot cards. And one day I actually plan on teaching a class of how to read tarot cards. I don't usually read them in your readings when you come to me. This is just something I do on the side. Everyone's got their side little thing. Oh, I forgot. I have had a brilliant idea, and I'm telling you this right now for some reason. I'm not sure what the reason is. I don't know how I'm going to do this, and I don't know how this is going to work. But my next plan is to somehow offer readings where if I've read you before, so I don't want to do this with people I'm just meeting, because I feel like when you do a medium reading, you want to connect and give information about who the people are and then get into kind of the deeper, more meaningful stuff. But what I want to do is do readings in a really different way where you would come in and maybe like get some kind of like lay on my table, because I do energy work a little bit. It's a side thing. It's not something it's like the tarot. It's not really something I tell everybody about, and do that and somehow help you or create an experience where you get to connect with them on your own. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but if I can do it, you can do it. Like that's my thinking. And wouldn't it be cool if like, the initial reading is usually about like, hey, do I believe that they're around? What signs do they give me? Stuff like that. But wouldn't it be cool if once you got through all of that and you got to get to this place where you could just connect with your loved ones on your own? And it's so hard for people to do that. They talk about like, well, I don't know if it's real or not real. But what would it look like if I could kind of like travel along with you there for a moment? So I'm still giving information or evidence or stuff like that, but you're there with them too. And that you're there with them. I'm going to have to do some practice readings or something to try to figure out how to do this. So I may at some point offer and say, hey, does anyone want to be practiced on that I've read before? But right now I'm not doing that just because I'm still working on the whole weight loss thing and just trying to get my head straight. But I just think that would be such a neat thing. So what is your feedback on that? Okay. All right. Would I do an online class? I will eventually do an online class. That would be wonderful. I would give anything. Okay. All right. You guys talked me into it, even though I was already talked into it by myself. But still, it's just such a cool idea to, like, if I can do it, I think that you guys can connect with your loved ones as well. That's my theory. And so I'm going to need people to be my guinea pigs. And so I'm going to figure out how to do it, or at least develop some kind of plan how to do this. And when I do, you guys will know, because I just think the, like, helping you get, like, doing energy work on you so that there's healing happening and you're connected to your loved one and you can feel them there and you feel them with you while any kind of healing work or energy work is being done, not just for you, but for them too, or for them to connect with you. And that's my dream. So I'm just letting you guys know what's up. All right. So that's next on the agenda. And I'll keep talking about it because I know I won't be doing it until next year, because there's a possibility I might be switching offices and doing even cooler stuff. I don't know. So anyway, I wasn't supposed to say that. You didn't hear it from me. All right. So so let's just do kind of like an overall reading here. I'm going to use the deck that I showed you guys earlier. So I'm using the deck, and I feel like as I'm using the deck, I'm focused on just a couple of people here. Just a couple of people, living people. And this is, I feel like I'm with someone who's struggling with their family a lot, a living person, someone watching now. You're struggling with your family a lot because you have tried to not start an argument, tried to not, this is a big deal because of the holidays and stuff. Okay, so now I'm getting a little warmer. Okay. This seems like it's a big deal because of the holidays and stuff. All right. And my sense is that you have been the person in your family who's like the peacemaker or tries to keep the peace with everything. But for some reason, you have siblings, or either that or your parents have the siblings. I'm not sure. But there's like all this infighting this year. And I believe actually this is also connected to somebody dead. So I thought I was going to connect with fully someone in the audience, but there's also someone in spirit world who's coming comment on this, because this is one of the newer years without the parents in the family or something like that. So something's going on in the family. It is connected with around holidays, things like that. But the thing is that they're here in support of the person who's in the audience. And I do feel like I would have a set of parents to the, it's almost like grandparents for who's ever in the audience, but their parents are still living or something like that, would be my sense. But there's all this chaos going on in the family right now because there's like people fighting, arguing, and it's around the holidays. And I just feel like your mother or their mother, whoever this lady is, she would never have wanted that. And so it's really difficult. But the person in the audience is like trying to people please, and they haven't found their voice. And they're just worried that if they say anything, like it will cause a problem. So 2 families and many siblings. Okay. So, all right. So I see a few of you saying this makes sense for you. So I'm just going to keep going with this because I don't know if this is for more than one person or not, or maybe there's just some message here that I'm supposed to convey, because this doesn't feel like the specific, like how the other readings, I'm just like, hey, this is you and blah, blah, blah. This feels different. This feels like there's 2 parents in the spirit world, and one of those parents recently passed within the last year and a half, something like that. And that parent, I believe, is the mother, or the mother passed second, is my sense. Dad passed first, mom passed second. I know that all their kids are living. I don't see any kids with them in the spirit world, but there's something about this female in the family who was kind of taught that she needs to just help people, like not have her voice, just help people in her family is my sense. And the family is kind of a hot mess. That's what I want to say. No offense to your family. I'm sure they're all lovely, but they're just a hot mess of people, and they're arguing over dumb stuff. And really the problem is that there's a lot of grieving going on, and nobody's talking about that. Instead, they're just fighting over little silly stuff. So let me see so both my parents passed in the past few years. I hadn't spoke with my mom for 8 months before she passed. Splitting between many families. Yes. I think it's my mom. Okay. So I'm going to keep going with this because there's a few of you who are saying that this fits you. And this is, remember in the beginning I said I was going to do kind of like an overarching one and then a more narrow psychic one, and then we'll connect with a loved one. I'm just going to say this. If this applies to you or resonates with you, okay, this lady that's there is a mother figure. I know she had kids. I know all of her kids are alive. I believe she had like 3 or 4 kids, or there's 3 kids and then 1 that's separate. But the lady would have died in the last year and a half, and the dad would have gone several years before. So maybe like 4 or 5 years before, something like that. They were both ill. The primary message here is about the family and about whoever the she is in the audience, because it does feel like there's a female in the audience who's connected with this. The thing, though, is that she's very specific about the fighting in the family and how if she was alive, this wouldn't be happening, and she would absolutely not tolerate it. I feel like she was a sharp personality when she comes through. So like if she was your mom, you wouldn't have messed with her, would be my sense. She would have been ill, though, before she passed. She would have had a longer term illness. And the other thing about this lady, and no offense, please know, she's really good at the guilt trips, is my sense with her. Like she was good with that. Like she was good at making you feel bad, and then just kind of like that's my feeling. And so this person who's in the audience, who seems to be her daughter, my sense is that you would have been taught to kind of keep the peace or something. And she is not a keep the peace kind of lady, but she does things on the sly or does a guilt trip or something like that. What she's telling me, though, is that she doesn't want to see her family fighting. And I keep getting the 3 and the 4. So either she's got like 3 daughters and 4 sons. That sure is a lot of freaking kids. Either that, or there's like, it keeps going like 3 and then 4. So I don't know why that is. But she's being very specific about this family problem and how she needs to address it, and how she's just telling me that in her addressing it is telling whoever the daughter is, or the younger female, I don't know if it's a granddaughter. If it's a granddaughter, she would have raised her. But it's about telling this girl that she can say no, and that she could tell them to grow up, and that she can find her voice or something, because I feel like she doesn't want to disappoint her mom or something. So I don't really know who she belongs to. Who is Chira Ray? Who is that? Guilt trips were her specialty. Okay, so there's a few of you like that. I just feel like this lady is saying, she's very specific that she would have died in the last year and a half, and she would have had an illness. She would have been bedridden at the end of her life. Her husband was there before her. She leaves behind possibly siblings as well, but I know that her husband's there a few years before her. I don't know how well they got along. He's not talking as much as she is, but I just kind of wanted to say that. So it could be a grandmother or a mother, and there's many of you that this resonates with you. So what I would say to all of you is, if there's stuff going on in your family and you've been taught not to speak your mind or not to say what you need to say or not to tell the grown-ups to grow the hell up, whatever this is, go ahead and do it, because I feel like it will give you freedom. And there is that worry of like, oh, well, I won't do it till after the holidays, and then you won't actually do it till the next year. That's generally the pattern with whoever this belongs to. So I just want to say that this isn't the one where I was really kind of getting this feeling with her that I was gonna, like, this was an overreaching kind of thing. It's just really weird that it started with tarot cards, but I think it's because I was talking about connecting you guys with loved ones in that way. And so I'm wondering if she didn't just bust in, but maybe there's a bunch of ladies over there complaining about their families fighting or something. So I just want to say that, and I want to move to maybe like a couple little psychic readings. So I just need volunteers, but this is how I need the volunteer, okay? All I need is a topic, all right? So if you want to ask about love, just say love. Don't say, should I break up with my boyfriend, okay? And we're going to do it that way. So, all right. So we're going to do it that way. My mom brought me a set of cards when I was a teenager. Oh, that's cool, Stephanie. Okay, Kimberly, you said you volunteer. Hold on. Leela wants to ask about love. Crystal wants to ask about career. Okay. All right. I'm going to go to the Leela and Crystal. I know someone else asked me, but there wasn't a topic. So let me just go there with you guys. Leela and Crystal Campos. Leela Martin, Krista Campos. Okay. I am still going to connect with a loved one, and odds are there may be some psychic information contained in that as well. So I'm just going to let you know this. But for Leela Martin and Crystal Campos, I'm going to talk about love and career. So we're going to do that. And I'm sorry I can't necessarily keep up with the with all the stuff you guys are typing, because I don't have a moderator tonight, because Allie is at home with a migraine. So if any of you guys want to send her love, that would be awesome. But those are the two that I'm going to do right now. Crystal Campos and Leela Martin. Leela Martin, talk about love. Crystal Campos, talk about career. All right. So let's see where we're going first here. And all I need from you guys is like, yes, no, I don't know kind of thing. So here's the deal, Leela. There seems to be someone in your life right now that I feel like you might be having a hard time letting go of, and that you might need some healing around. Does that make sense to you? Just simple yes or no, or if I'm wrong with part of it, just let me know. But I feel like this is for Leela. So I feel like you're attached to someone. I don't know how wonderful everything is, but I feel like you're attached to someone, and that you definitely need some kind of healing energy connected with that particular situation. So I'm just waiting to get back to Leela a little. Okay, that's fair. Let me keep going here, and then you correct me, okay? So the thing is I do feel like you're attached to someone. So let me just start there. Is that true, Leela? And so I'm just waiting for her reply. So we only dated for a month. Okay. Your heart is still attached to this though. And I feel like you like this person and that there's a possibility that a broken heart was left behind. Is that true? Because I keep feeling like some healing hasn't happened. And it doesn't matter if you dated for only a month if you like the person. All right, so I'm looking. He just dumped you. Okay, so let's talk about this because this is the thing. You really like this person. That's what I'm going to say. He might have just dumped you, but you really like him. And you're kind of wondering if maybe this is it or if like, because there was a strong attraction is my sense, or like it felt like rainbows and sparkles in the beginning. And then it just kind of is like gone, like poof, like magic. And then it's gone, is my sense. Is that true, Leela? That is just what I'm feeling, is that there was some kind of sparkle. At least you felt some kind of sparkle. I wanted what I thought it could be. Wasn't really attracted. Okay. So it still seems like, though, I still feel hurt around this. So I don't know. Maybe it's just getting dumped or something like that. But I'm not really sure this is your person. So there's like junk mail or some crap showing up in the feed. So just don't reply to that stuff. None of it's me. My assistant's not on here moderating. But for Leela, I still feel some kind of hurt connected to this feeling of like, I don't know, needing to kind of like Humpty Dumpty yourself. And so I don't know why, but it just feels like, one, I think you may hear from this person again, but two, don't sell yourself short. I keep going to this thing about your heart needs healing. And whatever this is about, there's some old brokenhearted mushiness hanging out in there. And I just feel like it's something that, I don't know. I feel like I really want to address this with you. I have all sorts of hurt. I keep getting hurt. Okay. So let's talk about this healing thing, because I feel like it's important, because I think you really want to be with someone, but my sense is that you overlook things. So it's like your intuition tells you something, and then you try to, like, I don't know. I feel like you have good intuition, okay, Leela? I really do. I just keep getting this sense, though, that you second guess yourself because love is something that you want. That would be my sense, and that's what I feel here in my heart. So even though there's been a lot of getting hurt, I still feel you getting attached to. So I just want to kind of go with that and tell you that right now so I know that you won't be alone forever or anything like that. That is not the case in any way with you. I just feel like it's very important to remind you to listen to yourself. Even if because I feel like sometimes you even ask people or something. So it's really important for you to listen to yourself, is what I want to tell you. Because I think you have really awesome intuition. I just think that you overlook it or sidestep it. And so I would tell you to heal yourself, trust yourself, and just know that you will eventually find love. But I do feel like sometimes you get hurt and then people come back and then you're like, why did you leave me in the first place or something? And then they leave again. And so I just want to tell you, Leela, hopefully you're still on there, that listen to yourself, trust yourself. I feel like I'm desperate and losing hope, taking what I can get. Okay. Don't do that. Don't settle. I just think it's the way you're looking is causing the problem. I don't think it is that you can't find someone. That's incorrect. I just want to say it's where you're looking, and you're overlooking things about people, because, I mean, when you get right down to it, who wants to kiss a bunch of frogs, before you get to who you're with? Who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that. And so I just want to tell you, though, don't give up here. Just look in different venues or different avenues. So if you've been looking online, and you guys, online dating sucks, And so I'm not saying that to dissuade you. I'm sure it's fascinating for some people, but for others, not as much. And there's a lot of shadiness that happens. It's just not cool. And so, what I want to say to you is that um, you're going to find someone. You just need to look in a different place than where you're looking. So, like if you're using a certain website, stop using it. Do something different. Or use a website and go to their meetup groups or something. I don't know. But I feel like there's nothing wrong with you. You know, you're not defective. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you're overlooking and spending too much time maybe with ones that aren't really worth your time, is what I'm going to say. So trust yourself, listen to your intuition, be awesome. You will find someone. Dudes are a dime a dozen. You'll find someone. Okay. So don't give up on this, because I feel like it's, yeah, I just feel like you will find someone. So don't give up. Online does suck. You've been looking in the community for years. Okay. Try something with a little online in it. Like get out there and go to some meetup group where it's just a bunch of single people. So everyone has the same agenda, but you're actually meeting people and getting to talk to people. And I think they have activities and stuff to get you to talk, like speed dating or something. So try to do it a different way, where you're connecting with people who you already know are single, not just out there in the world, but they're available. And then just see where you go from there. And you might still get those feelings of rejection, or you might still find a liar. I'm sure you will. But the thing is that it's just a different way to look. And I feel like you need something different. You need to change it up a little bit. So your town is small. So do you have neighboring towns, bigger towns, anywhere else around you? Hi, Liz. So, but not sure where it's going. Okay, Stephanie, I'm not actually doing a reading for you. I see what you're saying, but I'm just focused on Leela right now. And so, Leela, I know your town is small, but think outside the box and just give it a shot, okay? You'll eventually stop with the frogs. I promise. You'll find someone awesome. When you do, just remember how stressed you are now about thinking you'll never find someone, because when you go to the end, like when I go later in your story, I see you looking back at like, why was I ever so upset about that? Because everything just works out. So I just want to tell you that. Okay, so I want to talk to a loved one. I want to connect with some loved ones or a loved one. This might have some psychic information in it. For those of you who are the first time seeing me connect with, oh, no, shit. I forgot Crystal. Sorry, Crystal. Didn't forget you. Oh, wait. Yeah, Crystal Campos. I said I was going to do a reading about your career. So let's do that. I did not mean to forget. I know there's loved ones here, so I'm wondering if you don't have, oh, there you are. You just put no career info. Yes, I have career info. I'm sorry. I just forgot because there's some freaking dead people here. And I feel like they're invading my brain right now. So let me focus on your career stuff, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Okay. So I do feel like you're working right now, though, Crystal. Or like I get that sense with you that you're employed, or I see you doing a lot, is kind of my feeling. So I see you just doing a lot is what I want to say. And so to me, that feels like work. So are you working right now? That would be the first thing I want to ask you. Yes. Okay. So the thing is, though, it seems like where you're working, you're very focused on, like, it's almost like you're waiting for results. Okay. I don't know what the results are that you're waiting for, but at the same time, it's where all your energy is focused. So I see all your energy focused on like the result of something, but that something is taking forever, is my sense, or it's slowed down or something like that, is my feeling. And that you're questioning whether it's not even like, whether it's worth it or not, whether you should be waiting, whether you shouldn't be waiting. Like, is it worth it? Should I just give up and go somewhere else, start over again? I don't know. Like, those are all the feelings that I'm getting here. So I see a few yeses. I just want to make sure that I'm on track here with this. So Crystal, is this all like on track for your work stuff? Because there's more stuff coming here. All right. So I'm just waiting for her to answer. And there would be something about a decision point and like, should I just move on or move, or is movement? What will happen with that if I switch jobs? I don't know. That's kind of my feeling. Okay, you've been with the same place for 20 years, but are you thinking about not being in the same place or something? Because it seems like something has, it's okay, Stephanie. But Crystal, does that, there isn't much change, but the direction of the industry. Are you thinking about, though, getting out of that industry, or is the company you're working for like wanting to, I keep getting like new blood or new life in something. That's what I want to say. And there's like a new blood or new life in you doing something that looks a little different than what you're doing right now. So I just want to say that, because it's like, if this resonates with anyone else here, take it. Okay. But right now I'm just focused on Crystal, but I'm just saying there's something about new blood, new life, moving, changing, something changing. So I know you said you've been there 20 years. It's a long time. But my thought is there's been like this kind of slow process of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and things just aren't shaping up maybe the way you thought they would be. And so I'm not telling you that you're getting fired or anything like that, but I am saying part of you must be considering doing something different, or because it seems like whatever you're doing also is not lighting the fire within, like I feel like your insides aren't lit up. You work in broadcast, and our company was bought out last year, and lots of changes within, lots of layoffs. Okay. So I just want to say to you, hi, Larissa. That's my daughter's chick, her fiance. All right. Hold on here. So even though there's lots of layoffs and stuff, I still feel like this is something where you would change course or change direction. And whatever this is, it would bring like some new vitality, some new life to you, because I feel like you're not as into what you're doing anymore, is my sense. So I just want to acknowledge that and say there may be change in the air, like with work. But I don't think that's a bad thing, because I feel like you've been hungry for a challenge for a while. That would be my sense. And so I know you're working right now, but there's something new in the air, in the atmosphere. And I have to say that whatever that is, it looks awesome. Like, it looks awesome for you. But I feel like it would be a scary transition, especially if you've been working there doing the same thing for 20 years. But I know you said that the industry is changing and broadcast industry is changing, but I still feel like, to me, it'd be under the umbrella of video, TV, streaming, whatever you want to call it. I would say it would still be under the umbrella of that. So I just want to tell you that. And I just want to say that I think you might actually get offered an opportunity where you're at already, because something's brewing. I don't know what it is. Something's brewing there. And so because I feel that something's in the air, like something's crackling in the air at work. And so what I want to tell you is that instead of getting laid off, you might just be offered another opportunity there. But I still feel like it would involve a move of some sort, not necessarily like a move for your house, but a move of a location or a different part of the company or something like that. You'd want to go in a whole new direction. Well, you know what? I still feel like it would be attached to this experience. So I'm going to leave that. That's okay if you work at Stars wherever. But the thing is that you would still be connected to the same industry somehow. So I just want to say that to you, and let me know as it goes along how that shapes up. But I feel like you are going to be just fine. But I still feel you leaving more voluntarily than getting fired or something. So, gotten fired, laid off, that kind of thing. Hold on, I don't even know what's happening on my computer. I don't know if I disappeared there for a minute. Okay, so I want to bring through someone's loved one here, because this person's been bugging me the whole damn time, and I haven't got to them because I tried to do the psychic stuff. So I want to talk about a man who's telling me he's been released from his chains. So that feels more like a human experience. Released from the chains that bind me, or released from the chains. He seems to be middle-aged when he's coming through, and he had a big heart when he was alive. But I'm also kind of feeling that whatever happens, I don't know why, I keep seeing this cross on his chest, which doesn't make sense to me. I'm not sure he was religious. But as I'm looking at him, he's middle-aged. I feel like he would have children. I feel like he comes to me with his arms open. I do feel like he has living siblings, and maybe his parents, or at least his mom, might still be alive. Jeez. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. I haven't looked at the feed yet, and I don't have Allie to moderate, but I'm just going to follow this, and then I'll look, okay? But I just feel like this guy, it feels like it would be somebody's dad. And I really feel like the beginning of December is very important to him. So the timeliness of this matters. This wouldn't just be something where he's just showing up just to show up. He's showing up because this week, he shows me this week on a calendar. So this week started, our Sunday was December 1st, and Saturday will be December 6th, 7th. And so it's in this week that he's bringing me something, but he just tells me that he dies very suddenly, is my sense. And I am just getting this feeling that Rosary, when he was dying, sounds like my dad. My dad's mom's birthday is coming up. His mom's still living, but is his Christina Luna. His mom's still living, but his dad's in spirit. Is that true? And would he have died unexpectedly? This is unexpectedly. Oh, Leela, you have a dad in the spirit world? You have a dad in the spirit world, and we were just talking. Okay. I'm wondering if he isn't poking around here. So, Christina, let me just say, we were told my dad would not make it and died suddenly. Christina. Okay, his mom's still alive. This is really important to say his mom's still alive. And so his mom's birthday is this week. Leela, I still might very well be connected to someone for you. Let me just, I mean, we were talking about love there for a while, but wouldn't it be cool if it was your dad coming to talk to you? Because he hasn't been gone that long, right? I don't think he's been gone that long. Would that be true? Like, it hasn't been gone. He's been gone less than, like, just a few years. Is that true, Leela? Just want to check there. Oh, your dad's mom has passed. Okay. Yes, her birthday is on the 12th. All right, Christina, I'm keeping you there. But I still feel like I'm still sitting here with you, Leela, as well. And you guys are just coming up there together. So I'm going to say to you, Leela, really briefly, since your dad's birthday was this week, is that he died last year. Okay, so I think your dad's here poking around. And I just want to say, I know we were talking earlier about love and stuff like that, but I would put money on your dad helping you find love. I mean, I would really think that the whole reason that I felt him and that he's kind of overlapping with, I believe this is Christina's dad, is that I think he's trying to say he helped you. And that's how readings go, like I was trying to ignore all the dead people. And I just remember after your reading, I was like, okay, dead people. And then I went to Crystal's reading. So I would put money on saying that he is trying to help you. I feel like though he passed kind of suddenly or unexpectedly is what I want to say. And so I just want to tell you that, but I think he's trying to help you. So I just want to say that because I think I'm with Christina. Like, I think that was the communicator that was coming, but I think your dad was left over from before when we were talking about love. So just know that, and just know that in a reading, like sometimes your loved ones come through and just talk about how they're helping you in your life now. And the way they do that is through inspiration. So if you're ever inspired to look somewhere or go somewhere kind of suddenly, just know that it's because your dad's helping you, Leela. So I just want to tell you that and send you lots of love from him because you must have missed him a lot on his birthday is what he's telling me. He says you thought of him all day. And so I know he was in your heart. I don't know that he was always the perfect guy, but he sure is trying to be now. So that's what I want to say. Okay, Christina, you have a dad in the spirit world. Is that true? Yes, it is true because he died in 2017. That's what it says. Okay. And his though was very sudden or unexpected as well. Would that be true for you, Christina? I just want to make sure because there's this guy coming through saying he's the dad, is what he's saying, but he had a lot of issues when he was alive. I just want to acknowledge this about this man because he wasn't perfect either. There just seems to be an acknowledgement maybe with your dad, Christina, that he has he keeps saying he's broken the chains or gotten freed of something or liberated from something that I just feel like tied him down. And I don't know what that is, but it feels emotional and heavy. So what do you think about that? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So your name looks familiar. I don't know if I've ever spoken to this man before, but he kind of very easily communicates with me. So I'm wondering if I have, and I'm sorry, I don't remember, but I always ask in readings that new information comes different than whatever else. So he just seems familiar with me, like he's talked to me or something. So what I have to say though, is that he was all tied up with stuff when he was alive. And he says, you're feeling that similar stress that he was feeling, you're feeling right now, or there's something you're going through right now, because he's talking about your life. And he's telling me that you're experiencing some of the same kind of stress he did or something, and that it's like he's trying to help you. He's trying to help you right now because he's unbound. And now he's saying that like he understands something better and he's trying to help you on your path. Does that make sense, Christina? Just want to make sure that I'm on the right path with him because he's pretty intently wanting to talk to you is my feeling. And I know about his mom and his mom's still alive. And I know he has living siblings. But he's just saying you're going through something he went through when he was here. And so he's trying to lend you strength because I feel like the way he handled it was maybe not the way to handle it, if that makes any sense to you. Because I don't see you wanting to travel down the same road, but I do kind of feel like I do honestly, I get this feeling that you're just going through some hard times right now. And he said if he taught you anything, he taught you how not to do it or how not to handle this. And he's just kind of reinforcing that and telling me that he wants to let you know that he sees this challenging time and maybe you've spoken to him or asked him for advice or something out loud. And it's like he's just coming to say, yes, I hear you. Yes, I'm here. And really just like wanting to honor his connection with you. What do you think about that, Christina? What do you think about your dad saying something like that? Because it seems like it's important, whatever's going on for you. All right. Yes, you have. Yes. Okay. So I think, though, I'm waiting still. I think that yes was an old yes. So I'm just waiting to see what pops up in the feed. And for any of you guys who are watching this and, you want to get a reading, but I can only do so many on here. My website is readingsbykim.com. You can book on there. On the 12th, it may be updated because my son's working on that. All right, Christina. Yes, that's totally him. Okay. So what he's saying is he didn't really know how to handle things. And I feel like he just made some mistakes. And so he's trying to help guide you in a way that he understands isn't going to leave people with like he leaves behind that ripple effect, like when you throw a pebble in a pond and the ripples out. He leaves behind a ripple effect on you and siblings and other members of his family because he wasn't necessarily always like clear or articulate telling people what was going on. I just get that feeling from him. So does that make sense to you? You've been talking out loud to him a lot lately. Good. Because he's here to help, is my sense. And you would have actually asked him for help as well. So he's here because he was called on, but he's also here because he kind of knew the wrong ways to do everything. And so what he's saying is that he's here to lend you strength and inspiration and try to inspire good things around you because he loved you. And he tells me, though, like, I get this feeling with him where he's like, you've got this. You know what to do. I just don't know that there must be a decision point kind of going on for you right now. And I feel like, earlier when I was talking about like parents in the spirit world or whatever, about someone being taught to kind of just go with the flow and then they need to speak up for themselves or speak their truth. You can't make all the people happy all the time or something like that seems to be a message coming from your father. So I just want to know if that resonates with you about your situation. So thank you guys all for watching and everything. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all of you. But you can always text Allie for an appointment to 303-994-4000. The wait time, if you want to do it during the week, isn't too long. It's like usually like a couple of weeks. But if you want to do it on the weekend, the wait time is a little longer. Although I did open up some Sundays recently. Yes, it does. Okay, awesome. Because he's really wanting to tell you to find your truth, to speak up, to be the real you, to let people know who you really are. And he didn't always do that. So I just want to acknowledge that to you and let you know that your dad loves you. So I am going to end this. I thought I'd only be on a half hour, but it's a little longer. Yeah, he's with other people, but I'm not necessarily tuned into your sister. I'm tuned into him. So I know there's other people over there, and I'm sure I would get to them if I had more time or this was a different kind of reading. But I just want to let you know that you're very loved and that he hears you and that he knows that you need him. And I'm sure, like I'm 100% sure your sister's there. I'm just not feeling the mojo to make more of a connection. But I want to say thank you, whoever that is that scheduled a group with me. That is very cool. I like doing groups in my office or wherever, or at people's houses. But I just want to tell you that, like as you sit here and you listen to these messages and the stuff that I'm talking about, to consider that maybe even if it isn't your loved one, the guidance that's coming through from the spirit world is still guidance. And it's still like the most heartfelt, loving kind of guidance that they have to offer. There's ever anyone over there saying like, yeah, you really need to go get a job or you need to do this or whatever. They're just there trying to help the best they can to bring you love because they know how much you need them. And if you were waiting to talk to someone and they didn't come through tonight, That has nothing to do with your loved one. They're all lined up right next to me in my kitchen and down my hall, but there's only so many of them that I can talk to. So that's why I do private readings at my office, but I try to do these every once in a while because I like to, it's definitely challenging to do it this way, but I also just like to give you guys those connections to your loved ones. So also remember what I said, that there will come a time where I offer those kind of specialized readings. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to do it. I just know it. And so whenever that day comes, I'll need some people to practice on. And so someone told me to drink hot water. I will drink hot water. I have some tea, some echinacea tea waiting for me with a little honey in it. But I just want to say thank you to you all, and thanks for watching. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. And I'll do this again soon. There was too much time in between me doing them, so I'll do them again soon. But anyway, you guys have a good night, and thank you for self-moderating. I really appreciate that. Bye-bye.